Hello, my name is Leonid Tsikhanovsky. This is my channel Brave Stories. In Russia, additional two upgraded strategic bombers Tu-160M were delivered to Russian Air Forces. They are not new planes. They were restored from old Tupolev 160s that had exhausted their flight worthiness years ago. Russian aviation generally has many old planes, which are very difficult to fly. They are unreliable. Russia is suffering heavy losses in the war against Ukraine, and they cannot replace them with new aircraft. In 4 years of conflict, Russia has produced about 100 new planes of all types, but lost over 500 of planes and also around 500 helicopters, so more than 1,000 different aircraft lost in combat and non-combat incidents. In recent days, Russia lost 3 planes at the Bilbek airfield in Crimea, 1 MiG-31BM and 2 Su-27. At Lipetsk-2 airfield, 1 Su-27 and 1 Su-30. Five planes in just 4 days. Therefore, Russians have to fly old planes until they fall apart. We have many such cases. The greatest aerodynamic forces acted on wings. It's clearly visible in the video. Su-25 is a classic Soviet subsonic aircraft. It was mass-produced in 90s and 80s. So these attack aircrafts have been flying for over 30 years with a lifespan of around 30 years. Another well-known event, the crash of the heavy transport aircraft Antonov-22 in Russia, which occurred on December 9 last year. There was no cargo. The plane was flying empty. During the flight, the fuselage broke into 2 parts along the cargo ramp. This aircraft flew for 52 years, while the Antonov-22 flight span is 30 years. Russia is very happy about the two Tupolev 160 aircrafts because at the end of 2024 we had only 13 combat-ready Tu-60s. Now we will have 15 combat-ready aircrafts. At least 5 more non-combat-ready planes are stationed at Engels airfield with no remaining flight life. Flight life is a very precise concept. It is defined either in flight hours or in years since manufacture. This is not a whim but strict engineering limitation. Every aircraft component is designed to be as light as possible while maintaining required strength. In Soviet Union and later Russian aviation, an aircraft service life is around 30 years. Every component must retain its strength for around 30 years. Strength theory uses the concept of metal fatigue and dislocation theory of metal failure. Every metal contains crystal lattice defect that create stress concentrations. Even if a wing bends slightly, defects grow over time and become microcracks. There are many such microcracks in aircraft load bearing system. I personally saw wing ribs crumble into dust held only by rivets. This is not a design error. Engineers calculate strength for 30 years. After that, the aircraft undergoes defect inspection, and its life may be extended by 1 year. Then expanding service life restrictions are imposed. For example, supersonic flight bans and reduced takeoff loads. Such extension can be done usually 2 or 3 times, after which the aircraft no longer flies. Otherwise, it will simply break apart in mid-air. Russian generals decided to remove the fuselage, inspect load-bearing elements, and replace damaged ones. Old Nk-32 engines are replaced with newer Nk-32-02 engines. The new engines are more efficient and increase range to 14,000 kilometers. About 80% of the equipment is replaced with digital systems. Armament remains unchanged. 2 rotary launchers with 6 cruise missiles each. Russia has limited capacity to produce Nk-32-2 engines. In reality, they modernize 2 aircrafts every 2 years. The main problem is that the fuselage is still old and over 30 years old. Metal fatigue does not disappear. These aircrafts will repeat the fate of the Antonov 32 and that broke apart. These aircraft will repeat the fate of the Antonov 22 that broke apart. It would be very interesting to see service logs of this modernized Tu-160s. By how many years and hours was their service life extended? Are they banned from supersonic flights? And is takeoff weight also limited? Such modernization is not an achievement but a sign of inability to produce new aircraft. Large aviation components in the USSR were produced in Tashkent. The plant no longer operates and is located in other country. Russia is facing systematic industrial crisis. The crisis affects not only aviation but the coal, metallurgy, and oil industries. The Chelyabinsk tank plant is laying off 20% of its workers. In aviation, this doesn't work. All planes crash. Please subscribe to our channel, share this video, like and comment. Thank you.